Welcome back to the Aperture Science Testing Facility Digital Gaming Center. My name is Mike.
My name is... I can't think of anything witty.
This is a game. This is Portal. This is... Who doesn't know Portal?
Portal was one of the first digital gaming for the computer that I ever played.
Wow. I can't say the same.
I think... God damn it, my screen keeps turning black. I don't know why.
I destroyed the cup.
The first digital gaming on the PC I ever played was Half-Life.
Reasonable.
And then the second was Peggle, I think.
Oh look, you can see the character. You can see the character. Revolutionary.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yes. Especially because in Half-Life you never see Gordon Freeman, so like right off the bat they're like, you can see your character. Like, that's neat.
Wow, it is epic.
So,
how long do you think this game will take to beat? I have no idea.
Like an hour.
Really? It's only that long?
I like to let her talk usually, so that will add a few minutes.
Okay.
But...
Oh, I can't really hear her. Wait.
Turn your volume up of me.
No. Because if I do that, then everything will be just not good.
We tried to record this game back in the summer.
We did try to record this game.
And just no luck because of my current PC hardware situation at the time.
Yes.
Well, that has been rectified just this week.
Holy heck!
It was actually...
I mentioned that in Ghost Game earlier.
Yes. It is actually quite the tale. I call it
the tale.
The Power Supply
really?
Saga. There's a new saga in my life, and that's the name of it is the Power Supply Saga. And I will tell you about it.
Is everything that happens to you a saga?
Yes, that is correct.
It's like that one character in One Piece, Saga of whatever the fuck it is. Okay, so tell me all about it. Tell me the tale.
I ordered 8 gigs of RAM and a GTX 1660S on Amazon at the beginning of the week.
How much RAM did you have earlier?
I had 8 gigs, so now I have 16 gigs. I have two 8 gig sticks.
Okay.
I mainly got the RAM for editing, faster editing and rendering. I've been having issues with Vegas.
Right.
Editing. I edited most of Whiskey Time right after I finished the backlog of Phano stuff, and I had a lot of... The Phano stuff went pretty smoothly for the most part, but...
yeah, the Phano stuff is pretty simple.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
The Whiskey Time stuff was a real pain in my fucking ass. Like, Vegas kept crashing all the time, so I'm actually...
really? Is it really that intense, the editing for Whiskey Time?
No.
It was like...
It's not.
Oh, okay.
But it kept giving me issues all the time, so I'm just like, well, let me beef up. I'm beefing this stuff up. I'm also looking at this new editing software. It's free, and it's called DaVinci Resolve. And I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I'm gonna try to mess with it. But it's I'm not good at editing, and I'm just not good at it in general. So it's hard for me to make the things I want to happen. Like that promo video that was in less than 2 minutes long, probably took like 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. I've been having issues with my PC too. I don't know if I mentioned this in the dive kick video, but I got my PC, which is obviously why I'm able to record Ghost Game.
Yes.
But Or just record in general from now on. But
yeah, and after we're done with this this game, I want to oh boy.
Oh baby.
I want to show you some things, but we'll get into that. I mentioned I want to show you some, but that's not anything to do with this. Anyway, the power supply saga. So
yeah, so sorry before that, but the reason that I brought up my PC was that I already mentioned it, but like it's great, but like my monitor turns black out of fucking nowhere.
Your whole monitor?
Yeah.
Huh.
You know what would cause that? Like I've looked up what the issue might be online, and it's like people are saying that for stuff like that, it's probably a graphics card issue.
That's what I would lean towards as well, but it's hard to say for sure, obviously.
Okay. Yeah. Tragic.
But
I plan on splurging on a graphics card next summer anyway.
what do you have now?
Oh god. Let me look it up.
Anyway, so I got the graphics card in, and then I got the RAM in, and I needed to hook up the graphics card. I needed one of the cords that had come with my power supply, and it's been a while since I bought it. So I have like boxes of cords all over the fucking place, so I wasn't sure where it would be. So I checked like all the closets where I have like old PC shit, like 2 or 3 times a piece.
Right.
Could not find the cord I needed, so I can't hook up the new graphics card. And I'm like, okay, that's fucking abysmal. Let me look on Amazon and see. And on Amazon, pretty much all they sell is like bundles with all the cords that you normally get with the power supply, but most of them are like $20 or $30 for the bundle. I'm like, well, my power supply was only 500 watts. I've been like thinking about upgrading it for a while anyway. So I'm like, but I'll go to the Best Buy that's in town, and then I'll check the smaller scale computer store that's like right across the street from Best Buy, and I'll see if I can't, like, just if they sell them or if I can scrounge up what I need, and then otherwise I'll buy them online or decide to upgrade. So I went to Best Buy. They don't sell them. They just have a couple power supplies that are like a decent deal compared to Amazon. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Let me go check this computer store across the street. Well, I go over there. I'm like, you guys just sell just the cords. Just the cords. That's all I need because I lost some of my cords. And they're like, they sell some of them individually, like on eBay and on the brand website, but do you know what cord it is? And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. He's like, do you know what gen it is? And I said, excuse me? He's like, yeah, a lot of those power supplies, they have types and they have generations. So there's like Type 3, Gen 3, and Type 4, Gen 4, and Type 3, Gen 4, and I'm like, what the fuck are you? I've never heard about that in my fucking life, dude. And he's like, yeah, and he goes to the Corsair website, and he pulls up this big, gigantic, like, 3-page chart that's got all these colored dots and shit, like, and I'm like, fuck? And it's like, you need this cord uses this gen supply, and he's like, yeah, we didn't even really know about it until we were working on this guy's computer a little while ago, and we swapped out one of the cords, and it wouldn't boot. So after troubleshooting like everything else, we troubleshooted that cord, and we realized like it's a different gen. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I've never heard that in my fucking life. So that's a thing, I guess. So, to make you like buy a new cord or whatever, presumably.
Right. Yeah, what the fuck? I'm looking at the GPU I bought right here, and it is XFX Radeon RX 570. It was $160.
Okay, that's not like a bad one.
Yeah.
So
but like for we won't be able to play like the games that I really want to be able to get to eventually, so I was just like, fuck it, I'll just buy this and then I'll just splurge on a really fucking good one
later on.
for next
I
summer.
only spent $240 on mine on Black Friday, so I saved $50 or $60.
Jesus. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna spend a lot of money on a graphics card.
So anyway, the saga is not yet over.
Oh baby, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're
sorry.
good. You're good. My story somehow become overly long and protracted and take forever to take anyway with constant interruptions.
That's fine. I really like that you just ramble on.
So I'm like, all right, the GPUs that they sold there were not worth the price and not enough of an upgrade for the price. So I'm like, okay, then we're not doing that then. Shit. So I'm like, well, let me go back to Best Buy and compare them to Amazon one more time. Maybe I'll just buy a new one. So long story short, I go back to Best Buy and upgrade from my 500 to a 700 watt bronze rated, which just and I spent like $80, as opposed to like the 40 or 50 I'd spend on a whole new round of cords. Plus, when I got home and put the new power supply in, I checked the cord on my old power supply, and it doesn't say what type and gen it is, like the ones that the computer store did. So I really would have had no idea. I'd probably have to buy a new power supply no matter what. So now now the new one I got isn't modular, so all the cords are like built into the back of the power supply, so you can't even take them out. So I guess I won't have that issue again. But yeah. So, but my I did all this with my cousin, and we're in the Best Buy checkout lane or whatever, and there's a bunch of people because it's holiday season or whatever, I guess. But there's a guy in front of us. So the first guy, we're the third people in line. The first guy in line's taken like 90 million fucking years, and he's finally done. And then the guy in front of us walks up. He's a younger guy, and he's like, "Hey, can you make change for this 50?" And then the Best Buy guy's like, "Well, I'd have to call a manager over, and they seem, it seems like they're pretty busy over there just looking at him." And the guy's just kind of looking at him, like not getting that he's telling him no. He's like, so no, I can't. And the guy's like, "Oh, all right," and he just walks out of the store. Like, really?
Right.
And then I get up there, and the guy's ringing me up. He's like, "Oh, new power supply." Huh? I'm like, "Yeah, I've been meaning to upgrade for a while or whatever." He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, and I was missing a cord or whatever, and he's like, "Yeah. That's pretty interesting."
Yeah.
I usually just buy mine pre-built so I don't have to deal with all that." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's cool, I guess."
Fucking loser.
And then, so then as I'm walking
Buying
around
a
and talking to my cousin, I'm like,
fucking loser.
I'm like, I think I might be an asshole because.
Is there an achievement for doing all the security cameras or something?
I think so, yes.
Oh, okay.
Where's that?
Go on.
So anyway.
Yeah.
As we're walking out, I'm like, well, I've had this similar experiences before, like, but, and I'm kind of an asshole because, like he's just doing his job. He's chatting me up about computer parts, trying to be friendly or whatever. But as soon as he said that he's like, "Oh, I just buy them pre-built," I'm like, "You fucking scum of the earth, you fucking subhuman, you fucking dirty bastard, you fucking subhuman, fucking lazy bastard bitch, you stupid fucking idiot. No wonder you work at Best Buy, you fucking charlatan." And I'll do that constantly too, like in my head. I never say or I'll be like at the record store or something. I'll be talking to somebody, and then we'll be talking about whatever, and they're like, "Yeah, I just do this or whatever," and I'm like, "Oh, you fucking imbecile, you fucking you absolute moron, you fucking jerk and a half." Like, when I went to the concert in Cleveland or whatever that I told the story about on the dive kick video. Please.
Right.
And the guy, we were like the fourth or fifth people in line. Oh, that was dumb. Fuck.
You're an idiot.
And the people that was like the person that was like in the very beginning of the line, they were talking about all the shit about how they go to all these festivals all over the country, and they one time used an apple as a bong and all this other shit. And I'm like, okay, that whatever. But then I'm at a Danny Brown concert, and they're talking about his albums and his music or whatever, and then this guy shows him his most famous album is his most well-regarded album now. This is one that came out in 2016, Atrocity Exhibition, and this English guy, Paul White, produced most of the beats on that album. So one of the guys in line shows him this song that's by Paul White that features Danny Brown on it, and he's like, and they're talking. Just 5 minutes ago, he'd been talking about how much he loves this artist that I also love, that I'm at a concert for. We're 3 feet away from each other. But then he's like, man, who the fuck is Paul White? Never even heard of that guy. I'm like, you fucking idiot. You fucking moron. You fucking son of a bitch. You fucking dirty little bastard. That album you love so much, he made all the beats. He did all the beats, all the songs. He's a genius. He's a visionary. You're the fucking scum of the earth in your tie-dye shirt and your long hair. You fucking apple-smoking, fucking cock-sucking New Vegas, fucking Nevada. I don't even know what I'm going on about. Fucking Vegas festival going, fucking limo riding, cocksucking son of a bitch. You're fucking wearing sweatpants that grip your ankles. Kill yourself. And I'm like, I think I might be an asshole. Because what does a normal person do? They're like, oh yeah, he's the guy that does all the beats or whatever, you know, on all these different songs. And then they'll be like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thanks for spreading the love, pal. That's what like a not shitty person would do, but I guess I'm not that.
No, that's exactly what I do as well. Well, actually, I don't know about that, but
I never say anything, but in my head, that's my immediate reaction. It's just like disgust. Like, you fucking imbecile.
Fucking scum, fucking troglodyte.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't really think anything. I just audibly, not audibly. I just like mentally sigh at a lot of shit that people say.
Yeah, I do the same thing as well, but it's usually when it relates to like you know, art shit or whatever. Just they say something that infuriates me, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I know, because I want everybody to like be like as meticulously minded as I am about the shit that I care about, and most people just aren't, because like they have no reason to be, because they have a normal life, you know, they have a life, but I don't. My life is like fucking around and just like doing, just consuming things. That's what I care the most about.
Right.
But yeah.
But alas.
So I'll try to regale you with any stories of when that happens, because they're usually funnier with the specifics.
Yeah.
Because it's always some dumb shit that doesn't matter whatsoever. But yeah, I think it's funny. I always laugh about it. Like 1 minute after it happens, I always think it's the funniest fucking thing that's ever happened, because it is.
Because it is.
But yeah, that's kind of
I'm trying to think if I have any stories like that myself.
But you know, I remember those, but I don't remember the cool people at record stores. Like one time I went into the record.
I don't have cool people.
My local record store.
There's like for me, everyone is that annoying asshole that like has to have something to say to me. They have to be talking. And so they just strike up a conversation with me randomly.
Like this one guy,
and it's fucking unbearable.
This one time I had like a 10-minute conversation with this guy about Fishmans, because I went to the record store and he was playing their live album, which is like one of my favorite albums ever. And
Really? You like Fishmans?
I do, yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I can't believe I'm not the biggest Tylenol Walrus fan.
Yes. If you were a true fan, you would memorize my rate your music page.
I would memorize every single rating that you have.
Yeah.
I would keep up to date date with it. I would refresh it every single second,
Yes.
every femtosecond of the day, and then I'd strike up a conversation with you about it.
Yes, but you know, you're just a fake fan. Not real.
What can I say?
But yeah, like that was a very nice, cool, fun, and good conversation. But of course, you don't. That's not what you remember.
Yeah.
You remember the absolute troglodytes, the scum of the earth, the fucking butt boys. So the stairs come back. Okay. The speed run of this game is pretty crazy.
There's this chick where I work. Oh, speaking of which, I'm gonna submit my 2 weeks at Target on January 1st.
Oh no! Oh boy!
Because working there makes me want to kill myself.
I can relate to that.
Yeah. So
Killed myself.
Me too. Eventually.
Yep.
My eventual and hero is upon us.
Yeah. Can't argue with that.
What was I gonna go on about?
Some bullshit, probably.
Yeah. Fuck you. Come
on, you son of a bitch.
There's this. It's like I was talking with Will about this. Will, who I mentioned in Ghost Game.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I just feel like do you just feel like you have to fake every fucking interaction that you have ever?
Not every, but let me tell you, there's I would consider myself an introverted person. Okay.
Okay, here we go with the introvert, the real introvert shit.
Real toot it and boot it. Emoji, real introvert shit. As a great scholar once said.
Yes, naturally.
Give me 1 second, because I gotta. There we go. Okay.
Holy heck! That was 1 billion IQ. Cannot believe it. Okay, yeah, go on.
Sorry,
No, you're good.
I'm gamer saucing here,
I understand.
so I gotta. I forget what I gotta do. Okay, I know what I gotta do. Then it'll bounce. Boom, boom. Yes.
Holy heck.
So it's not like I can't handle social interaction. It's that like I'm very like transactional, like subconsciously transactional about it. And what I mean by that,
subconsciously transactional.
yeah, because I don't think about it in the moment. I don't think.
Okay. Nice.
But I like, in general, I dislike group socialization at all because I like to be paid attention to.
Okay.
Like, because I actively have to go out, you know. It's something I like have to make myself do.
Yeah.
So,
relatable.
Group socialization, I feel like, I'm just uncomfortable the entire time, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So then, please. Yes.
Nice. Yeah.
So it's an effort. You know, especially in person. I don't like having to group socialize. It's a pain in my fucking ass.
My ace. Yeah, I feel that.
So, but also at the same time, like when I'm at work, I cultivate this this image of like I talk a lot, and I'm always like fucking around and like making conversation with people and whatever. Partially just because it makes it go faster, but also like it's all like pretend, you know. It's all like fake as fuck, you know, or whatever. For the most part. Like I have one or two people at my job that like if it's just us working, I can like actually like be real with, I feel like. But for the most part, it's all falsity, it's bravado, it's I don't give a fuck about any of this.
It is artifice.
It is artifice type shit.
I am all about that.
So
artifice.
that can be that's where I fake it the most, I would say. But
at work?
Yeah, or just
okay.
Yeah, and it's draining. And plus, my job just sucks anyway, so it's draining regardless. So I just need to find a new job or just be done with it because it's like kill me.
You just need to your job needs to be creating content for me to consume.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Spreading the content all around.
I will pay you. I will pay you.
Spraying hot content.
I will spray your content out of your dick, and I will pay you. Okay. But yeah. So I was talking about him like that. Or god damn it. I was talking to him about that subject, you know, and he was like, well, if this is unbearable for you and it always stresses you out, and you know what I mean, then like why don't you just like not do it? If it's so unbearable to like fake and feel like you have to act.
Yeah.
And my answer, what?
Sometimes the simplest advice is the best advice.
Yeah, but people are not accepting. The cake is a lie. I've never seen this before. What the fuck?
You just come in this back room. This is where the insurgent man lives. He uses a computer or something like a computer to cook. He lives back here and he scrawls messages on the wall. The cake is a lie. Tasty.
Is that where the cake is a lie meme is from?
Well, what happens is when you complete the test chambers, GLaDOS is like, "Come get some cake," and then this says the cake is a lie, and then in the song she also says that line, so it's all intertwined, I guess.
Incredible. But yeah, I can't think right now. What the fuck? I don't know. Obviously, I fake a lot of shit because it's like I have to, right? You just gotta.
That's what they tell you, yeah.
Because people aren't gonna accept that shit. No one's gonna fucking be like, alright, this guy...
He's a faker. He's a faker.
Yeah, it's like, wow, this guy doesn't feel any emotion. Yeah, I'm okay with hiring him. Like, no one fucking thinks that.
Yeah, you're right. Unfortunately.
Yes.
Are you still there?
Are you still there?
Oh, put me down. Ouch.
There you go.
Oh god.
See you. Are you still there?
Oh god.
Oh god, oh shit, oh fuck.
Waffle.
But yes. I can relate.
Yeah.
It's just, for me it's not frustrating in the moment, but just thinking about how much of my life I spend being like, inauthentically, just inauthentic in general, I guess. It can be frustrating.
Yeah, for me, it's like every passing moment that I spend talking to another human being is physically draining. It's unbearable. Kill me, please.
Yes.
You put him down.
Well done, Android. The Enrichment Center once again reminds you
Well done,
that
Android.
Hell is a real place where you will be sent at the first sign of defiance.
Yeah. I wish I could just live off of art and just never have to interact with anyone ever. But I have not created anything yet. So,
then you must.
So yes, I must. But I am not in a situation where I am able to yet.
Well, I believe in you.
Thank you. I appreciate your belief.
Belief is the most powerful thing, bro.
Wow, that is so philosophical.
The Enrichment Center reminds you that the weighted companion cube will never threaten to stab you and, in fact, cannot speak.
What the fuck just happened?
The thing hit me from behind.
Lol. So,
the symptoms most commonly
so yeah, I just really need
superstition, perceiving inanimate.
I just really need to create shit.
I can relate to that. Need validation. And
I don't
release.
I don't
and
need
release.
I don't need validation whatsoever. I just need to like live. I just need to live, dude. And in my 24 years of life, I have not lived at all.
The Enrichment Center reminds you that the weighted companion cube will never threaten to stab you and, in fact, cannot speak.
Perhaps once I create anything, maybe I will feel alive. You know, this channel is like... This channel and now Ghost Speeders is like the only thing that I have ever created. And like actually done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
Yes, I am always constantly frustrated by the need to make a thing.
Yes.
Constantly.
It's like, yeah. If only I could.
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
If only there was an audience. That's why it's proverbial.
Fuck.
Is that supposed to work?
No, but there's a way to make it work, but I realized I don't really remember how to do it, so.
Oh well. Lopple. Big Lopple.
Your one-stop lop.
That's good. That's good.
Thanks. It's been a couple weeks working on it. But I'm liking where it's going.
Oh my god. I really hope that your shit like people really like your stuff so that they come to this and they're like, oh, I like that other guy as well. I'm gonna follow him. I'm gonna see what he's up to.
That is the goal. Or a goal,
Yes.
let's say.
It is one of the many goals.
To shill my friends who also do things that I like and think are good and good.
I hope you like my shit.
I imagine that I will.
God bless.
What if I think it's abysmal? Then it's like game over. It's like I can never make a I can never make a YouTube video with you again.
Yeah.
Because you're a faker and not real.
Well, I mean, it would be really nice if you liked my stuff, right?
Yes, it would be. But I've made it. I've fucked up. Let me see.
What do you mean you've fucked up? Oh, in the game.
I need to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like. Yeah. It's like
this is the source of my frustration with the Ghost Speeders situation and not necessarily so much the Swan's Court situation. I think there's a lot of very talented and good and awesome people that could
Nice.
definitely like be getting the clicks, getting the likes in the what the fuck, getting the eyeballs on the art.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's my duty to like round them up and put them on display and be like, look at.
Yeah, but I feel like no one in Swans like cares about subsisting off of their art like you and I do.
No, it's unfortunate, but I guess I guess most people are like that, you know. They just make things like to, you know, they just like doing it, which I also like doing it, but I don't like doing anything else.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that.
Nothing else brings me any satisfaction.
The weighted companion cube certainly brought you good luck.
Like,
however, it cannot accompany you for the rest of the test, and unfortunately, must be recognized. Please escort your
I look at our channel and I'm like, damn, dude, we created that, and it's like it's just YouTube videos. They're easy as fuck to make. Anyone can do it. But to me, it's like, wow, dude, like. This is the start of my quote-unquote career as an quote-unquote artiste.
Yes, I can understand that. Well, and also for you, it has a different like weight to it just because of like the mere act of like getting into a Discord call and talking for hours at a time can be a torturous experience. But you do it
quite
anyway.
Literally. I don't. I don't know. Like, if people really understand how like god awful this kind of thing is for me. Just
no,
like
there's no way they do because I hardly do. So
yeah, it's like I. That's not to say that I don't like find our conversations interesting, or that like when I laugh with you, I'm not genuinely laughing or anything. But God, it takes so much out of me.
Yeah.
To do this. That was really fucking cool. How you like did that.
That's what it takes when you want to be a gamer.
I clearly do not have what it takes to be a gamer.
I got physics fucked.
Such is the idiocy of man.
Yes.
So yeah.
You can say that again.
So yeah.
So you can say... Yeah, this makes more sense. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And then we gotta get to the bottom.
The what?
The bottom.
The bouton.
So that we do by doing this.
Holy freaking heck.
Push the bottom. Oh boy, this one. This is a pain in my ass. Okay.
How close are we to the end?
It is taking me a little bit longer than I thought because I'm spending half my energy talking. But probably halfway or a little over halfway, something like that.
Okay, okay.
I don't know how long it's been. Probably 30 or 40 minutes, I'd imagine. At least.
So... So we talked about Lovecraft and Ghost Game. Did we really, like... Did we say everything you wanted to say about that?
I mean, I made my main point at least, anyway.
Okay, okay. Good. How did you and Eric meet?
School. We are in proximity to each other, yeah.
Did you just have like a random class, or was it
we had a mutual friend, like we were part of the same friend group, and then by this point in time we're the only two left. But like by the time
so what?
By the time we were getting out of high school, we were like best friends pretty much. But
okay.
Then everyone else started.
What happened with everyone else? Are you okay with talking about that?
Sure. So my ex bandmate, the bass player in Echo Plaza, there's a lot of drama to just in that whole situation.
I need to know all the Tylenol Walrus lore. Tell me all of it.
I won't go deep into the details just to
just for privacy's sake.
Yeah, because it's not the details of their intimate life is not my story to tell or whatever. But,
right.
Please, God, please.
Please, God.
I'm bad at this part apparently. Oh God.
Wobble.
Please. Yes.
Oh baby.
So, we had been pretty much best friends since elementary school for years and years, a very, very long time. And we had played
the guy from Echo Plaza, the bassist guy. Okay.
And we had played.
Not anymore.
Got him. We played music together for a long time as well. That due to various circumstances, doesn't exist or whatever. Okay. Did I ever send you this really old video of us playing from 2011 or 12?
No, but I would fucking love that.
Okay. Anyway,
please send it to me.
So, our most productive period was 2016. We were all right, we're home recording everything. So we learned how to do all that shit, and it was a fucking nightmare because that's hard to do.
Right.
It's a hard thing to have to do, but we did it. And then we made the first album of a planned 2-part series,
Okay.
Natura, and then awesome. Cool.
Did
and
you
good.
get it? Oh, nice.
And then so this would be spring 2017. Yeah, because
Okay.
the album came out in May. So then we planned this guy. We were friends with. Was studying audio engineering at IU, Indiana University, and so in the first week of July 2017, we went down there for a weekend and spent the whole weekend like getting drunk and using the free studio to like do whatever we wanted.
Right.
And we did the whole second album because we had all the songs. And the second album was Machina or Machina or however you want to fucking pronounce it, but
Definitely Machina.
that's what I lean towards as well.
God bless.
What does this do?
What does it do? You tell me.
I don't know, but I'm stuck. Oh, it just opens that so I can get in it. Okay.
Oh, nice.
I'm a dumbus. Anyway,
Yes, you are.
so we recorded it all, and it was gonna come out, and it was like I was extremely pleased. That is one of my biggest like regrets of ever me making things. Like I regret that I didn't keep my stuff from when I was a kid, just because I want to go back and look at it.
Yeah.
And a lot of I wrote like a lot of the story ideas and stuff I've had over the years. I've kept the outlines that I made and shit, so I can always go back and look at those or whatever. And like I wrote a ton of poetry and shit in high school that I still have. If I ever
Oh,
want to
really?
go back and yeah, it's not good. But that's why you don't know about
okay.
it.
Well, yeah, I figured it would be trash, but that's
Yeah.
still cool. Dude, the poetry I wrote in high school was garbage. So, I mean...
Oh fuck! I didn't get the fucking. God damn it! You gotta get the crate,
You mean the cube.
the cube, the crate, the balls, the ass.
Yes. Yes. Cox ejaculate in silent yes.
Excuse me.
That's a William Burroughs quote.
That doesn't surprise me. I must admit, now that man was a fan of cock. I didn't know him personally, but from what I've seen, that man was definitely a fan of the cock.
Can't blame him.
We all have our own different levels of cock fandom. Anyway, so
His was just stronger than most.
if you've listened to, now it's the only album that will ever come out. Well, not ever. I'm not opposed to doing that band again at some point. It's just the time isn't right, I guess. But we'll get into that anyway. But if you've listened to that first album, there's elements of improvisation, but a lot of the songs ended up pretty structured because we had rehearsed them so much. But thanks to like the recording setup we were able to have in studio. Well, first of all, it was obviously just sounded way better because we're using like nicer microphones and nicer. Like I used the drum set that was there, and it just sounded better than my like rinky-dink piece of shit fucking butt ass one. You know?
Yeah. Would you say that you're actually a good drummer? I'm just curious.
I mean, I guess yes. Like
You're
I could
competent?
have you listened to the Echo Plaza?
Yes, I have. It's been quite a few months since I have though, but yeah.
I think that not to toot my own horn, even though I am the greatest drummer that's ever lived.
Right.
But
naturally.
I think that proves that I'm fairly competent. Yes.
Okay.
Drums is my instrument. Like that's an instrument that I am good at. Like if I were in a band, or if I had people at my disposal that were good at guitar and shit, I would not be playing guitar on my own album.
Yeah.
I just don't have a choice. I have to make it, and I don't have anyone now that plays guitar, so I have to play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, drums are like the instrument that like I enjoy playing. Like that's my passion instrument. You know, and the one that I've played for half my life at this point. So.
Right.
Because I played them since I was like 11 or 12. So. Shit. I'm gonna puke.
Do you have motion sickness?
No, I don't.
Okay.
This doesn't bother
You're
me.
just a pussy.
I'm just joking. I can see how this would make somebody's stomach upset, though.
Okay.
So the album was recorded and done. It was a great time, awesome weekend, super fun. I loved it. And then, like I said, I lament the fact every day that album did not get to see the light of day. And I've talked to the guy who produced it. He didn't respond, but I asked, like, do you have the stems or do you have anything like that's left? You know, anything from that session? But I'm assuming not because he ignored me. And it's never come out, so I'm assuming that my bandmate doesn't have them either. So, but I know the guy who produced it, like went through some shit, like he lost his scholarship or something, and then he had to get a new apartment, so his whole living situation got upturned and shit a couple months after. So right. I just don't know the full story of that or what happened. But by the end of... And that was kind of like our last hurrah, like as friends too, kind of, because we started talking a lot less because we were taking different classes at the time, and because of... I'll put it simply and I'll call it drama between my roommate at the time and my bandmate at the time. Just the whole situation was just like they just didn't get along, basically, to make a long story short of it. So we didn't hang out very much, and pretty much by the end of 2017 we had quit talking and due to lots of shit that I'm not going to go into, but just personal drama.
Wasn't there a lot of drug shit?
Probably not in the way you're thinking, but there was some drug shit, yes.
Okay.
And I can tell the full detail story sometime, like just between the two of us or whatever.
Okay.
I'm sure you're interested, but
yeah.
Anyway, towards the end of 2017, I was pretty much ready to just like not be friends with him anymore, because it's just to put it the way I've put it on Swans before is that being friends with him is very difficult. It's a very draining and unrewarding process. And I don't think he's a bad person by any means or whatever, and I hope that he's doing better now, but it's just a difficult and draining process, and he sort of has a way of making like all your shit revolve around his shit.
Right.
And it's just
he's well, I don't know if you want to talk ill of him or whatever, but like that kind of made it seem like he's pretty narcissistic, conceited a bit, or
no, not. It's more like on and off suicidally depressed at the time.
Oh, it's that kind of thing. Okay.
I would lean more towards that description.
Okay.
But this has been years now at this point, so obviously, I can't speak for... Anyway, so...
Is he still alive?
Yes.
Okay.
But we haven't spoken since the end of 2017. Maybe at some point in time I will be willing to reach out and talk to him again. And it was more on my end that like the friendship ended than his, because he's tried to get a hold of me a couple times and I've like blown him off. So
fuck him.
The reason the friendship is over as of now is on my part, but it's just mentally I've been a lot less stressed out about just like my personal relationships due to us not interacting anymore. And if that's the case, that kind of tells you what you need to know, you know?
Right.
Dab. I'm dabbing. Dabbing like a
They
dragon.
were, they pretended to murder you, so you murdered yourself. Was that all you had to say about that, or?
So that's that. So then we're down to 3 at this point. The friend group is
and then there were 3.
the friend group's down to 3 at this point. We're going into 2018, and it's me and my roommate,
Right.
and also living with me are my mom and my brother. But they moved out in March 2018.
Oh wait, so I thought you were still living with your mom.
No, I don't live. I
Or
live
has that not been a thing for a while?
since March 2018. I have lived
What the fuck?
alone. Yes.
Wow. I
Now,
must have like
she owns it. So like I pay her rent,
Oh.
and I save money that way
Oh, okay.
because I'm not renting from somebody else or whatever.
Okay. You
So,
can see
it's a
how
very-
I was confused.
It is a very good setup for me.
Right.
And as of right now, my cousin is living with me as well. So
How much are you paying,
um,
if you don't mind me asking?
total, my bills usually end up like $600 a month.
God damn, I fucking wish.
Yeah. I know, it's a good setup, and hopefully the plan is to diversify the income, and hopefully have Eric move in at some point. Then we'll be splitting bills even more. So then we'll really be like,
Jesus Christ, that
if
would be
if I can make
godlike.
if I can make a very minimum amount of money on online art shit, and like get like a part-time like 10-hour 15-hour a week shitty retail job somewhere, and just like live with it for a year or two, I would hope that I could like just not have to do anything else.
Right.
That'd be good, because right now I usually work between 32 and 40 hours a week at a job that is very stressful and high maintenance. It leaves me tired all the time, and it's not
I
worth
work
it.
at least 60 hours a week at 2 jobs, and it makes me want to blow my brains out.
Yeah, I can't even imagine how I would get anything done,
Yeah.
because I have no energy. Like on my days off, I always like in my head I'm like, well, I deserve to relax.
Yeah.
Well, you don't. If you deserve to relax, then you don't deserve to ever get anything done, apparently, because then next thing you know, it's been a week and nothing, and you haven't written any of the album that you want to make really bad, and you're like, oh god, I'm a terrible, awful person.
Yeah.
And that's about how
It's
it
like,
is.
thank God. It's like, in a way, it's kind of fortunate that I can't work on my music right now, because that's probably... I don't know how much time I would devote to this. Like, if I could be working on music right now.
Oh,
with 2 jobs.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm fucking
I can't even
quitting that
imagine.
shit. Yeah, anyway.
So over the course of like late 2018, my roommate quit their job, and like in like September or whatever. And this is the point. This is like entering the Swan's Cord Discord saga of my life, where like I met everybody, and like so at this point, you know, we're interacting on like surrogates cord and shit. So you know me at this point, but
Right.
in like September, I think they quit their job, and I'm like, okay, that's what we're doing. Like I still have to pay the same amount of bills while you like fuck around and do nothing all day. And they fancied themselves as like they wanted to do art, like digital art, and like for the furry community, and make money on it and shit. But they never draw, never did anything.
Okay.
Just always want to do this, but never got anything done. Basically, mooching, completely worthless. Wouldn't pay any bills. I kept like, and I was being very generous, because between September and April of 2019, so between September 2018 and April 2019, when they finally left, I did not like I let them live there basically without contributing anything whatsoever.
LOL.
Because I'm overly nice.
Yeah.
Well, and just, like, at the time he had no options, so it's like, you know, I didn't want to fuck somebody.
He was bumming. Dude, that sounds like scammy type shit.
I know.
Like, he was bumming off of you and not willing to make any money.
Yeah. And the reason he quit his job is, like, dumb as shit. Like, I'm sure
yeah,
it was
dude, like when I was sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but like when I was bumming off people, I was like, when I was homeless and bumming off people, I was searching for a job every goddamn day.
And I would assume that you were contributing somewhat to, like, the place that you were living, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I couldn't do much, you know, but like they were like, all right, if you do dishes, then like.
Yeah, no, none of that. I did all the chores. I did all the chores and shit too.
Yikes, dude.
I know. And then,
so this guy was just sleeping on your couch.
No, he had his own room at this point and everything because my brother moved out. He wasn't even on the couch. He had a room. He got his taxes, and this is the last fucking straw. And in like January of 2019, he got his taxes, and he spent $800 on a computer. They said, nope, you're done. I said, get a job and start paying exactly half or leave. And by April, they were gone, so.
LOL.
Now they live in Virginia with their grandparents. Still don't have a job as far as I know, based on me perusing their Twitter. So just
bless.
Just worthless, pretty much.
Ooh. Oh, God.
Just a real specimen. So then, unfortunately, that puts us down to Eric.
I just got a text from Will saying, "This ghost game makes no sense. Ha ha ha."
Oh shit! Tell him to comment instead of texting you, bro.
All right.
Comments drive that traffic up.
All right. Comment instead of texting me.
LOL.
Okay.
LOL.
LOL.
LOL, bro.
How should I spell LOL?
Just regular. You gotta introduce people to the LOP.
All right, you're right. You're right. Okay. So yeah, keep going. Keep going.
That's pretty much the full abridged story, and I can get into the seedy details with you sometime if you want.
Okay.
That makes the story a lot less generic and more like, you know, what the fuck is happening. But I've also told like some of my exciting stories before on
yeah, you have
like the SWAT story. I've told the 5-hour energy murder story, right?
What? Okay, before that, he says, "Ha ha ha ha, you clout chasing fuck."
You're not wrong.
Yeah. No, you haven't. I don't think you've told the 5-hour energy story.
Oh, I'm dead. So the 5-hour energy murder story. It's a story from late 2017, like summer 2017. This occurred after the SWAT story.
Okay.
That I told somewhere that I don't remember where I told it on.
Okay.
This channel. But anyway, it goes as this.
Okay.
My mother was like giving this guy who had just gotten out of jail rides around town and shit because he wanted to go see his.
Yeah, she was giving him a ride.
Yeah. So. You can't say that. Anyway.
Okay. Not about your mom. I can say it about anyone else, but not your mom.
I can say it about your mom, but you can't say it about mine. How about that?
Oh, okay.
Bitch.
Oh.
Just like your mom.
Whore.
Bitch, whore, bitch.
All women die.
Anyway, so one time this guy's like, hey, I gotta go see my parole officer in the morning. Can I get a ride? And my mom had to work, and I was gonna be in classes in that morning. So they're like, hey, Tyler's roommate, can I get a ride in the morning? And he's like, I guess. And then they wake him up at like 7:45, like, hey, can I get that?
Oh, you have told me this, but I think it was on Discord instead of.
He's like, hey, can I get a fucking ride, dog? And he's like, no, I guess. I mean, I'm scared, so yes. And I think that's what I have to do. Except not like that.
You're an idiot. Why do I even do this with you? Oh god.
Same. And
Yeah.
so on this day, my roommate's like texting and calling me while I'm in class over the course of like an hour because he's regaling me the details of this tale.
Right.
So basically, he drives him to the gas station and asks him for money for cigarettes, and he's scared, so he says yes.
Off to a bad start.
Then he takes him to a gas station near the parole office, and he buys a 5-hour energy and drinks it and brings it up to the car, and he's like, hey, bud, I'm gonna need you to piss right up in this so I can pass my piss test, my dude. And he's like, yeah, so go in the bathroom and do that now. And he's like, okay, I guess I'll do that because I'm frightened and scared.
Yeah.
And then
This man will murder me if I refuse. So.
Well, that's what really brings the story full circle, because that happens, and then I eventually like bitch at my mom or whatever, like, why the fuck could you not do that to my friends? That'd be awesome. She's like, I didn't know he was gonna ask him. I'm like, that does not make it okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, didn't see him again for like a year and a half or whatever, after my mom has moved out and everything.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, I remember that guy. His name is ABC XYZ. And I'm like, yeah, I remember that guy. What a right
piece of shit.
Son of a bitch that guy was.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that fella, I must admit. And she's like, yeah, he just went to prison. And I said, oh, for what? And she says, oh, well, like his half brother had sex with his girlfriend, and she said that it was rape, so he fucking stabbed him to death with a knife, I think. I'm like, okay, that's nice. So that's when I knew that was the climax of the story, the end of the tale. The 5-hour energy murderer
was
born that day.
Little do you know that it's not the end of the tale.
It's only the beginning of the 5-hour energy murder saga.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was something else.
You're not a good person. You know that, right?
You're not a good person. Little does GLaDOS know that.
I am a good person.
Okay, I was gonna say that good and bad don't exist, but okay.
No, I'm an objectively good person, based on the objective morals of the universe.
Yeah, let's go with that.
People are like, what's funny about that?
He's telling the truth.
He's like, that is something that exists.
Oh, God. That's something my father would say, I think.
I'm not a moral objectivist, I'm a moral objectionalist. If you have morals, I find you objectionable.
This, but unironically.
That's my new platform.
If you don't do whatever the fuck you want, regardless of what is hashtag morally correct, then, get out of my face.
This is your fault.
This is your fault.
Be like this. I'm not kidding now. Turn back, or I will kill you.
Okay, we're at the end now.
Oh, God
I'm going
bless.
to kill you.
I'm getting
And
into
all
the final
cake is
boss
gone.
here.
You
All
don't
the cake
even
is
care,
gone?
Do you? This is your last chance.
Wow.
Yes,
How
yes.
intelligent. Was that the end of the unproducers lore?
In terms of like how my friend group was slowly whittled down to 2, yes, that's the end of that.
Okay. What else can I know about unproducers lore?
Trying to think if there's anything that's like actually interesting. That's also not.
It's all interesting to me.
That's
genuinely
not spoiling our projects also because I don't want to do that.
Right.
Shoot your missile at me. Trying to think if there's anything that we like decided we definitely don't want to. The first manga we're doing is One Piece. That's interesting, right? Spoilers.
Wait, you're doing a One Piece talk?
Oh yeah.
Without me?
Yeah, I knew you'd be sad about that.
Damn, bro.
Well, I don't want to. I can't spoil. But I have to. We have to do One Piece before. We have to cover all of One Piece in like a weekly show or whatever before we get to before we finish season 2 of the Whiskey Time saga because we're gonna need to do an episode on it. And it's gonna be something else. I promise. That's my goal.
So I don't. When I pitched the idea of the manga talk to you, you just said that would be interesting, right?
Yeah, yes, I would want to do it. Yes.
Can we do Dorohedoro?
I expected nothing else but to do Dorohedoro at some point, if not first.
Good.
Considering it's like your favorite thing, your favorite mango.
I don't know if it's my favorite. It's like
it's up there though, right?
Yeah, it's extremely up there. It's like there's One Piece and there's Dorohedoro and there's Hunter x Hunter and they're all pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah. I can understand.
And I like them all for different reasons, so it's like, how can I rank them, you know?
Yes. That's the most interesting, coolest part of favorites is like, what does this say about like what I value in storytelling and art? You know what I mean?
Yes. It's like if there were a perfect manga, if it were to exist, then it would combine the themes and it would combine all the shit from all 3 of them.
Yes.
It's such as an island hopping epic magic system with hunters.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just like some half-ass thing I made up off the top of my head, but it would be something like that just combines the
there's
things.
a lot of things about Hunter x Hunter in general, just like I think of as like exactly the way to do like certain things, like it appeals to me perfectly.
Right.
Like shit like how the characters all do their own thing and the way the villains are written, that kind of shit especially.
Right.
The fact that like it is comfortable, just like we're doing Karapika now, you know, that kind of thing appeals to me a lot because it respects the audience enough to like give you lots of different stories in one overall narrative or whatever.
Yes.
And One Piece has like
One Piece is just crack.
One Piece is like literally you can't do an adventure story better than One Piece.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's possible.
It is possible, and I will create it. Just kidding.
I will be pleasantly surprised.
Never
Yeah,
in a
you
billion years.
You literally have to dedicate your whole life to it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like Oda, when One Piece is done, like, what else can he possibly do with his life? Because, like, he spent the past 20 years, like, chain smoking constantly and sleeping 4 hours a night in order to make the children of Japan smile. You know, it's like impossible.
I have read that he wants to, once it's finally over, he wants to create like a little magic girl thing. What's it called?
Like a magical
What's the
girl?
term? Yeah, yeah.
Our series, yeah.
That's like a short little thing like that.
Yeah, I have not seen that. That would be interesting. Anything he does would be interesting at this point because it'd just be so, like, you know. I'm curious, like, how much, if he would ever do, like, an adult, like a seinen sort of adult series, if he ever has any interest in doing something like that.
I wouldn't put it past him, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I just don't know. He can do
Just
literally
'cause-
whatever he wants. Like,
Yeah.
he could stop One Piece, like, tomorrow and quit writing it, and he would still, like, be legendary forever, you know?
Yeah. It's true. I don't know. Like,
Everyone would be disappointed, but it's like,
yeah. I mean, it's
still
his fucking
it's still
story.
the greatest selling comic that has been ever created, and it's only 20 years old.
Yeah.
Because you'll be dead.
Um.
I wouldn't bother with that thing. My guess is that touching it will just make
Yeah, I don't know.
it
He.
even worse somehow.
I would really like it if Oda would just like. So does Shonen Jump own One Piece technically?
I'd leave that thing alone.
No. As I
Oda
under-
owns One Piece.
Yeah, generally,
I'm trying to trick you.
the manga creators own their property.
Seriously.
Okay.
Or they have, like, a publishing company. Like, they always say, like, One Piece, it always says One Piece copyright, like, Shueisha. Or
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I mean?
Kidding.
Yes.
But,
You just said that aperture
You are
science
kidding
thing,
me.
we don't know what it does into an aperture science emergency intelligence
So this is what I've wondered is like people that get
I figured out what that
famous from doing Shonen Jump.
was a morality
yeah.
Why don't they just like stop that shit once they're famous and just like self-publish?
center with a deadly neurotoxin. So get comfortable while I warm up the
I'm not sure.
toxin emitters.
Maybe they're afraid they like lose viewers or something. I don't know.
Well, if you want my advice, you should just lie down in front of a rocket.
I guess it depends what they're doing manga for.
It'll be a lot less painful than the neurotoxin.
I don't know what you mean.
Like,
Alright,
Like the purpose of them doing the manga?
killing you and giving
if they just want to draw shit that they think is cool,
the rocket really
and they don't really care about, like, doing the coolest thing or whatever, like, they just want to draw as their job, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then they probably think it's more of a pain in the ass than it's worth to, like, learn
Self-publish.
publishing and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you have to be, like, you have to manage all aspects of it and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, Shonen Jump has, like, or any big magazine, they literally, the manga artists, all they gotta do is draw their pages and send them in, you know what I mean?
doing some damage.
yeah.
But at the same time, like, you have people like Togashi and Miura who are,
Survived this long because I was curious.
I mean, they're not self-published, but they basically just do whatever they want,
You've managed
Yeah.
to
you know?
destroy that
Because they're so popular that their magazine just lets them
as much as
publish however, because,
So, okay, that would probably be what I would want.
to point out
Yeah.
that you were given every
It's like-
opportunity to succeed.
Dark Horse seems pretty fucking rad.
A big party.
yeah, or like, there's a lot, I mean, the webcomic game is oversaturated to fuck for sure, but at the same
Right.
time, there's lots of, like,
Friends couldn't come either
webcomic offers who are able just to live on, like,
because of how
Patreon, and then eventually they get a publishing deal too, so they can, you know, get a book published or whatever, a volume,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right,
So-
yeah.
Bitter, unlikable loner, whose passing shall not be mourned. Shall not be mourned.
Yes.
Exactly what it says.
I have a question. If I once my screen unblacks itself,
I forget how to get up.
is
Speaking of curiosity.
is the protagonist in Portal a human?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're going to find out first.
Very interesting that there is no fall damage then.
Here's a hint.
Yeah, they have those booty things on. The boots.
Oh, right. I remember.
Those.
That thing.
Ah, yes.
It's the
I'm gonna run out of time.
cracking unit. It made
What do you
ships for
mean?
orphans.
It's funny because I just played this game a few months ago, and I'm now,
Making it hero.
for whatever reason, I just can't remember how to get back up here.
This isn't brave. It's murder. What did I ever do to you?
I mean, you probably got it. Oh, okay.
I can feel pain. You don't even care, do you?
I'm out of practice.
So are we gonna play Portal 2? How
I'm
long
sure.
is Portal 2? I mean,
Prob-
Sam and I already did the
Co-op?
co-op shit, yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably, I would imagine it'd take like 8 to 10 hours probably.
Really? That's how long
So deadly.
Portal 2 is?
Yeah, it's like a full-length, type of single-player game.
Wow, what the fuck?
Deadly neurotoxin. The deadly
But it's been a while since I played it, so I could be a little bit off. But
Right.
into my eyes. Honestly, it's not deadly at all. You, on the other hand, are going to find it's deadly.
Nice, you.
But yes, I enjoy this game. I think GLaDOS is a funny character. It's short and sweet.
You don't have a whole
What do you think it is about this game that people like so much?
Well, I think first of all, when it came out in 2007, the first-person genre was oversaturated with shooters and shit,
Yeah.
and it's just interesting that it's a first-person puzzle game or whatever. I think people really latched onto the humor because it's legitimately funny, and I think games that people, something about when people find a game legitimately funny, they get really attached to it, which I can
Yeah.
understand.
Right.
But compared to if you think a movie's funny, it's whatever, unless it appeals to you specifically in some certain way. But a lot of the times, if a game has you actually laughing, it's super memorable. And I think the fact that it's it's made by Valve, the fact that it came out on the orange box or whatever,
Right.
And generally, Portal 2 is considered one of the best sequels ever made or whatever, too. So
I don't know if I can agree with that.
yeah, I think I slightly prefer the first game or whatever.
Yeah,
Here's the thing with Portal 1 is I think it's basically perfect, and Portal 2 has flaws. So even if there's some things about Portal 2 I like better, overall I think I prefer Portal 1.
Right. What do you think? What's the antagonist of Portal 2 called? Wheatley or something?
Yes.
Yeah, I could not stand his sense of humor.
Yeah, and see that will ruin the game. If you can't stand GLaDOS, then you will not like Portal 1 or 2 because it's insufferable.
Yeah.
Because it's just that character talking to you the whole game. Or the same thing with the Stanley Parable or whatever.
I think I like I like GLaDOS, but not Wheatley.
Yeah. Well, and I think Wheatley's supposed to come off a little, generally more unlikable because they make GLaDOS a lot more sympathetic in that game.
Yeah.
So, but I understand where you're coming from.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the song where the cake is a lie.
I cannot hear it. I can hardly hear the game.
Turn it up, bitch.
Okay.
So yeah, that's good. It's a fun and good game. Even though we kind of didn't talk about it whatsoever the whole time, we just kind of rambled on about whatever. But That's about what what you expect from this channel.
Yeah. I'm sure someday we'll play a game and we'll actually talk about it. But until then,
we won't.
Yeah. Reagan Halifax and Aaron Halifax, did siblings work on this game?
Or spouses.
Ooh. What do you want to talk about before we end this episode?
Valve, they make games.
Valve is a game maker.
They make games now, apparently, again, so,
That is true! Half-Life Alyx is coming out. How do you feel about it?
I'm cautiously optimistic, because I, as much as anyone, want new Half-Life games.
Yes.
At the same time, I'm disappointed that it's not, obviously have an element of disappointment that it's not Half-Life 3. I also have an element of disappointment that it's like the big VR game.
Okay,
because I'm not going to buy... There's specific functionality in the game that works best or at all only with the Valve Index VR thing, and it's $1,000. And I'm not paying $1,000 to play that game. Right. So I just won't play it.
So here's what I have to say about that. It's obvious that, to me, there are two obvious things. Right now, virtual reality in games is a fucking joke, but virtual reality is the future of games.
Yeah.
So it's like someone has to do it, you know, and it might as well be Valve. I think that spurs on this whole innovation in games sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And lots of people talk about how the Half-Life series has always been like have an element of tech demo-y-ness to it, where Valve uses it as a way to show off new technologies or whatever.
Right.
And I see kind of where they're coming from, but the thing is, years and years after Episode 2 came out, at that point, the only people who cared about the series, they didn't want a new tech demo game. They wanted the cliffhanger of the story that they cared about to be resolved.
Yeah.
And like, they're the ones like getting fucked over the most. Yeah. Like, they could have made Episode 3 or Half-Life 3 just as a continuation of the gameplay style that they were doing before, and then just when they wanted to make a VR game, just make it a VR game. But now they've tied them together, and I think part of it is to build up hype, because obviously people are going to care more if it's Half-Life than they would if it wasn't. But like, the people who cared about the story most are the ones getting fucked over. And I'm sure this is going to have elements that like expand the story, and if it does well, I'm sure they have plans to do an actual sequel to Episode 2, but it's just like, it just kind of sucks on one hand, like, as a Half-Life fan, to be like, I just want closure more than anything. Like a 2-hour Episode 3 that gave me some level of closure would be enough for me to like feel like I had consumed a completed narrative. But now I just don't have that, and I don't see how this is going to rectify that, and I'm not going to play it when it comes out because I'm not spending that much money on it. So it's like, it's just unfortunate, I guess. Not how I would have done it if I was in charge.
Right. I kind of just don't care about, when I played Half-Life, I played it in middle school, which was like 12 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember the story of Half-Life or Half-Life 2. Like, I've lost all interest in the series.
Yeah, exactly. Point. That's what I'm saying. So, like, the people who have some interest in the next big VR game, a lot of them probably fall into that category where they don't really give a fuck about Half-Life anymore. But the people who do give a fuck about Half-Life, all they care about is the story at this point, because they just want to see it ended. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like you could appease both of those people separately.
Yeah.
But instead, they're trying to do it with one thing that's like has a huge barrier of entry point. I don't know. There's other people who are like, you can use a lower end, one of the cheaper end, $250 or $300 kind of entry level VR things. But I'm like, why?
You might as well just,
I'd rather just play it right than not play it,
Yeah, exactly. Alright, well, that does it for Portal.
Alright, next time on gaming.
Next time on Digital Gamers Play a Game.